Once again, I am reading this book. It's called Mutant Message, and it is a book that I have read before many, many years ago, and I'm reading it again. And if you are someone spiritual person, let's say, who can appreciate the spiritual nature of the indigenous people, you will really enjoy this book. Mutant Message by Marla Morgan. And I got to tell you, it is an amazing book. Amazing. Speaking about spirituality, there are certain qualities about being spiritual that is not easy to convey to others who are not. And quite frankly, I don't know if I even want to, because then you're talking about a language that not too many people can appreciate, or for that matter, would want to. So, here I am once again, off the cuff, little chit-chat, unscripted, and I just wanted to just share my gratitude with you. I got up this morning feeling as if I have everything that I could possibly want, even though perhaps I should be concerned about matters like, for example, where I'm living. I am living here, but at any day now, my landlord could tell me to get out. And this would be something that would be within her rights, of course. And I keep saying to myself, well, when that happens, hopefully she'll be generous enough to give me some time to find another place to live. And yeah, I'm not going to be very long. As a matter of fact, I have a watch on my desk to remind me to not be very long. But anyway, back to my landlord. So, there are different possibilities, and I have complete faith in the universe. I do. I could win the lotto, and if I did, then I could match whatever the developers offer her for this place, then I could match that amount of money. And since money is money, she would probably accept my offer. It's nothing personal. Or I could live in a little town outside of Virginia Beach. I thought about Plymouth, North Carolina, and then I read about the crime report down there. Then there's Hampton, Virginia, which is just across the bay. I could live there. Just find a little cottage out in the woods somewhere, and that would be fine with me. As I mentioned earlier, I consider myself to be very, very grateful. I cannot express the degree of gratitude that I feel. And I guess I've always been blessed, I guess. My very first girlfriend, I got up this morning and I thought about her. Her name was Peggy. And I remember we went to the same private school. My dad insisted that I go to this school only because they were very much into the arts and to literature and to things like that. And he thought perhaps a liberal education would be good for me. So I went into this little private school. I guess I must have been about age 13 or 14 or so. And she also attended that school. So we had this friendship, Peggy and I, and it was amazing. I remember after school we'd find some place just to hug each other. Nothing sexual at that age, of course. And hug each other, and I would go home and I would smell her perfume still on my shirt, and I would have this feeling of euphoria. Back then, I don't think I could have appreciated anything that was better in this world. And of course you grow up and you get into different situations. For example, joining the Navy, and that was one of the best things that could have happened to me. And if you're listening to this and you're considering joining the Navy, let me say this. When you join the Navy, chances are you're either running away from something or you're running towards something. And your experience in the Navy will really depend upon a lot of different factors. So I cannot predict what you will experience. For me, my first 4 years was very challenging. But I stuck it out to all 21 years, and I don't regret that one bit. It's the best experience I could have had. And even today, at my age, I still stick to the friends that I made while I was in the Navy because that's the nature of the Navy. The camaraderie, the friendship that you make in the Navy. It seems to last forever. And here I am at my age, and I'm living in this cottage. And outside of the cottage, I have some of the most amazing fine-feathered friends you can ever think about. They come and they visit, and I love it. A cup of coffee in my hand, and I look out of my kitchen window, and I see them. This morning, I was blessed to see, and I don't have pictures, unfortunately, I was blessed to see that one of the feral cats had brought her cats out, and she was teaching them how to climb a tree. And I sat there in my kitchen window and I'm watching this. The feral cat climbed all the way to the top of the tree, and her babies were attempting to climb the same tree. And I thought, how precious is that? It's better than the smart 4K television. And I looked around and there were no birds around. Well, as soon as the feral cats disappeared, the birds came back. And there you have it. Speaking about friends, I got to tell you, some people are fortunate in that they make friends in person, or in these modern times, they make friends via the internet. The quality of friendship is the same because you know it and I know it. Imagination is the greatest faculty of the mind. And when you apply imagination to friendship, what you have is something that is almost indescribable. There are a lot of marriages right now that are surviving because of imagination. They have become relationships that are now tolerable because of the imagination in the relationship. You understand what I'm saying? So when it comes to friendship, I am blessed in that I have a lot of friends, virtual friends, that are just as sincere as real friends. As a matter of fact, because I'm hearing impaired, I don't go out of my way to make friends or to be around people because I know how difficult it is for them. I don't mind being hearing impaired because, quite frankly, I don't talk to myself that often. But I know that it's difficult for them to have a conversation when I'm not wearing this hearing device. Apparently, though, the hearing device does cause problems, and I rarely wear it. The point I'm trying to make, my long-winded way, and yes, I am watching my timepiece here, is that I understand and I appreciate how difficult it is for them. I do. And I'm not frustrated when they keep asking me, I keep talking to them and I have to strain to hear what they're saying. I'm not. I appreciate the fact that it's difficult for them. Anyway, back to friendship. So, because I'm hearing impaired, quite often I cannot hear the faults or the flaws in my recordings. And you can. And what I want you to do as a friend is to give me the feedback. If you hear a hissing sound in this recording, for example, please let me know and share what you have experienced as you watch this video. I would appreciate it. I really would. So be a pal and let me know. Speaking about that, whatever other comments you may want to make, please feel free to do so. Really, there is no such thing as a negative comment if the comments were done with a certain degree of sincerity and integrity and honesty. So make your comments, negative or otherwise. I would appreciate that. And now, I see that I have overstayed my welcome a little bit, so I'm going to go back to my book, The Mutant Message. I highly recommend this book. If you have any sense of appreciation for the spiritual nature of the indigenous people all over the world, you should read this book. The setting is Australia, but it could apply to any indigenous tribe anywhere. Thank you so very much for being the friend that you are. By the way, I'm reading about totems.